There's a certain order I like to take the music down so that I can make sure I get it right, or how I put the audio in just so I can get it right. I almost forgot it. I almost bought all the mics live with the blaring EDM. It's like, well, what the fuck is happening? I don't get it. But what's good, everybody? Boys and girls, children of all ages. If your children here, no, get the fuck out. This is not, it's not a show for children. But it is time for another episode of Tech Talk Thursday for August 4th, 2022. I am one of your hosts, Marcus Major Linux Summers. Of course, I'm joined this week by 2-point encyclopedia extraordinaire, SME expert, which is redundant because the E in SME means expert. Kev, it's your boy Kev is in the building.
In the building. And I just saved the inner city hospital from financial collapse. Boom.
Look at it. And of course, we're joined this week by someone I wanted to have brunch with, but because of the fact that I did not understand where other people were in this continental United States, I fucked that up royally. We have Cinziak in the building.
Hi.
Are you in a box? Are you putting yourself in a box?
No, we're having a ballroom moment.
Oh. Okay.
See, Kevin knows what's going on.
Thanks for bridging that, because like I was thinking, but it's like there's not enough knowledge there. I didn't watch enough Pose to at least have just like a.
But see, the thing is, you know the references because you knew exactly what show to reference.
Yeah,
you know
about the dead drop. You know about it.
Actually, I don't. That was the first time I've ever seen or heard of that. Outside of video games, but then that's just ragdoll. Anywho, I digress. Gentlemen, it is another week. Apparently, so many people are just floored that it's August already.
It is. It is.
And tell me, how does that make you feel?
Tired. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. I'm just so tired.
Well, tell me about how's your week, Big Kev.
Well, for those who are not aware, I am a honorary girl dad. So I have been adopted by a 6-year-old, and the 6-year-old says, "You are my father." And I'm like, and I'm like, think because I am like the consistent male influence in her life. So she's like, "You are my dad, and I love you, and you are my dad." And I'm like, "Well, I love you too, and so I guess I adopt you as my daughter." So she adopted me first, and so we are just, pseudo father and daughter. And she is basically like, since she has adopted me, she has like making up for less time. So I have to go and take her to a lot of trips to McDonald's. I have to buy a lot of Happy Meals, a lot of mall trips and Walmart trips, and I have to buy toys at those Walmart trips. Which I'm like, we are in negotiations thusly, and I've said, well, maybe not every trip, but we got you on Dollar Tree. You can pick out 5 little toys. You're good. And a snack of your choice. Candy provided. We've made open negotiations. We're in the last round of negotiations, so we got it. So yeah. So I pretty much hung out with her, I believe Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Where she pretty much just said, "Okay, hey," and then just fell asleep on me, and I'm like, "Help! My knees are going to sleep. Help! Send help and snacks. Just send snacks." So she is my heartstrings, my little piece of joy, and just an adorable little girl who, so I've been like spending time with her, and yeah, trying to fix 2 Point Hospital, and it broke that one day, and we just said, you know what, 264, we're running it on 264. If Nevic is the problem, 264. And shout out to Major for trying to replicate the problem, but it's just like, no, it just looked like this is just a me thing, and so we're just gonna be like 264 slash. We'll stream it. How we stream it?
I did nothing. It was meaningless.
It wasn't.
We solved the problem long before we decided to do this. My whole stream yesterday was meaningless.
No, it wasn't meaningless because it was good. Because A, you got to play 2 Point Hospital and enjoy 2 Point Hospital. It was content. Like,
of course I'm joking, but I just love referencing like it was meaningless. There was no point to any of this. I did nothing, solved nothing, proved nothing, and for nothing.
But it's like we had a good content time. We talked about phones. I introduced you to the wonders and joy of 2 Point Hospital. You literally seen somebody's like head screwed off the shoulders.
Was it a wonder and joy?
It was to me. I always enjoy it. I always enjoy it thoroughly. That's how much I love this game, and that's why I was like racking my brains as to why it's doing what it's doing. But so we kind of sort of solved the problem. So yeah, we sort of solved the problem, and it was just like, well, let's just see if I can get it, and you never got it. So it was like, well, it's content. So they got to see another stream. So they got to see Major stream a game that he necessarily wouldn't have played out of his wheelhouse, and we had a good time just sitting back and chopping it up and fellowshipping. And so I've been like playing like 2 Point Hospital on the low, playing pre-installed 2 Point Campus. So I'm looking forward to that next week. Although I'm probably going to be like a little bit congested because I'm going to be mowing the lawn next week. But I'm not looking forward to that in this hot ass climate change world that we live in now. So, yeah, just that's pretty much what I got going on. Debating on if I'm going to get like Bear and Breakfast or Dinkum. And also, like everybody else out there, we're concerned about Splatoon 3. We're very concerned about it. We're concerned about the game.
Why are we concerned again?
We're not concerned. It's just dumb shit. Everybody's all, I'm not really excited about Splat 3. And then when Splat 3 comes out and everybody has a copy of it, it's like, oh my God, Splat 3 is the best thing ever. It's so great. They got all new weapons and a whole brand new thing, blah, 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 blah. Yes.
Wow.
I
saw and heard the fuck out of that.
I saw and seen the lightning flash. I heard the thunder roll.
Listen, Jesus, just go ahead and come and collect me if that's what we're doing. I'll just go ahead and open the door, but please bring my cat along too. Like,
wow.
Jesus, if it's my time to go, let me look good when I do. When you do. But yeah, that's for the most part I did. And I said this to Major earlier, but I'm saying it on the podcast. I did play Vampire Survivors. It is very fun. I am very much enjoying it.
Hooray!
And I would stream it, but I'm a little concerned about the photosensitivity nature of it because it's kind of flashy.
Yeah.
It's pretty flashy. So some of my people, like some games, I'm really hesitant about like streaming because it's like, especially with the very high motion, high twitchy games, that could be a bit flashy and not really good on the eyes. So maybe a nice sensitivity mode or filter would be nice with a game like that because it is very flashy. But it's a good game. It's a good game. I like it.
Well, lucky for us, it is in early access. Reach out to the devs. Maybe they can work that out.
Yeah, I definitely will because I did find myself playing for like a while. Like I'll be playing like in the midst of, well, I'm just gonna play for a little bit while I'm like, I don't have nothing to do. I'm on this voice call, chopping it up with the homies. I'm just gonna play some Vampire Survivors and just slowly walk around and slowly dodge bats and zombies and liches and all kinds of stuff, cool stuff. But yeah, it was a good game. And that's it for me.
Sin,
Hi.
what you got going on? What happened to you this week, man?
Except the rain falling, the lightning flashing, and the thunder rolling. This week I spent we played some games, and then I spent some time retooling my Steam Deck in the nerdiest way possible. So pulled out a pad, and I've had time to play with it. So I'm started making a button number 1 is for this, and then I made a whole bunch of just human readable bullet points about all the actions I wanted this to take, and then started looking up how do you do that in the Stream Deck. It eliminated about 4 buttons from the deck just doing that, because I was like, I have a button for this. Do I need this for anything? No. Can I do this by making a scene or setting up a scene differently? Yes. This integration works well. This doesn't work well for these reasons. It was pretty neat. I am sad to report that I may have to reinstall Banana Meter.
The who?
Banana Meter. It's a virtual, kind of like a virtual soundboard.
Like voltmeter, banana meter. Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't want to have to install it, but there is a plugin for Stream Deck that lets you run Spotify. Unfortunately, the way Spotify APIs work, you have to refresh that API, key in secret, once an hour. And it's kind of like, it's easier to just set up a scene where I have an input muted or not muted than to just try to reconfigure an API connector every hour. So that was a thing. We also did some grocery shopping, and I have come across the thing, the unique blending of spices from Guadalajara, Mexico, known as Tajin. I got some for the first time today. I have decided to try it on. Tried a bit on some chicken and tried a bit on some pineapple.
Oh yeah, Tajin.
It does. It goes with a lot of things. It goes with a lot of things. But also, I was gonna walk through the store today, and then I took one look at the little temperature thing and saw a 90 over there, and went, yes, open phone application, call for a ride sharing service, because absolutely not. Did my little shopping run and just came back up here, and I've decided to put all that stuff away. So looking forward to that, and everything else has been just doing day job things and trying to have better sleep hygiene. For those of you in the audience, sleep hygiene being all the stuff that you do leading up to and including your sleep. So things like possible thunder incoming, things like not having, like not looking at screens for about an hour before you go to bed, not having your phone with you, or things like that when you're trying to sleep, making sure your bedroom's free of those things and all of that. And I'm trying to get better about that. I did manage to banish the phone from my room. However, I promptly woke up at 7 o'clock today and proceeded not to get out of bed until 8:30 because I just did not feel like it. So we're working on it. It's in progress. I also played the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game.
Ooh, nice.
Downloaded that game. What day was it? I was. Oh,
didn't we play it Thursday? I was like, didn't we play it together Thursday?
Yeah, on Thursday, yeah.
Because I was like, I went and wish listed some things too, but like everything that has happened in the last week or so has been very much a blur. But it's going okay. Is anything else happening? Nothing major, I don't think. Not for another week or two. But then I have an upcoming work vacation. I'm looking forward to work vacation. I am very overdue.
Okay, that was random.
What
That was random.
I pushed a button and it sit there and told a joke.
Why is Ray just making dad jokes? I agree.
I don't know.
I done.
I am trying to get something to work, but it does not seem like it wants to work. I swear it was just working before I went live. So I don't know what happened between when it was working and now other than me going live. But yeah, it was going to be cool. It was really going to be cool. And then it broke. And now I'm sad.
Hell is all this time. It's gonna be cool. It broke.
Oh wait, I know why it's breaking now. Okay.
We love a technology Thursday.
Let's see. Nope, that didn't fix it. Yeah, that's weird. I think the browser source is just broken. Anywho, I'm gonna keep working on that later. I guess I'm gonna get through my stuff and we can talk about some topics and then I can just work again in silence. Let's see, for me here, I installed some more games, got some storage straight, went over to a hotel beside the Raleigh Convention Center where I met some streamers who were attending GalaxyCon, and we had some conversations. It was great time to meet some new folks, some old folks. Planning on doing something small in September, so hopefully we'll have more information on that in a couple of weeks. But outside of that, just chilling, just playing some video games. I've been testing Final Fantasy 13 to see if I really want to play it on my Xbox Series X or if I want to play it on PC. The Xbox Series X is because, like, you know, it looks decent for a 30 FPS game. Like, everything's been up-res to 4K. It looks clean. But on PC, it's 60 FPS. But from what I've been reading, the PC version of Final Fantasy 13 is not great. So I've been kind of testing to see which one I want to play. I am now leaning more towards playing it on Xbox. One, because it'll just allow me to sit on my couch and just play Final Fantasy 13, which I could do with the Steam Link stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just play what I'm starting to think is just objectively the better version on Xbox. So that's some stuff there. I played some Lost Ark. Been fighting my Vampire Survivors addiction. And then I got this guy. I got this little guy over the weekend. If I can get him out of the case. Apparently, it is really hard to order a case from Google and Best Buy, but damn believe it, Amazon got what you need. The Google Pixel 6a is in the building. It is here.
As Kevin would say, hand clap of praise.
And clap of praise.
And as I mentioned yesterday, I'm planning to do kind of like a streaming review. I kind of got an idea from somebody in Pleasantly Twisted's Discord. They were thinking about doing like reviews of things, but doing it like as a live stream as opposed to like a produced YouTube video. I think I might do that because it's better for how I present information than trying to organize it, write something, cut it, do all the weird stuff. I just rather like sit here, have a frank, open conversation, talk about the stuff, rant, and then just call it a day. It's all right. Here's the review.
Yeah.
Just my brand.
Right. And yeah, because I think that that format is really good for like oftentimes unboxings and like haul videos where it's like, hey, let me tell you about all the cool stuff that I bought, and let me tell you about all the good stuff, and then talk about it in real time, address questions in real time. That kind of stuff is it works. I like that.
So yep, got the Pixel 6a. Planning on doing a stream review for it, but I had some things I had to say about it yesterday. One, that Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus and now the Pixel 6a has got me really in love with Android now. Like the 4A for me was like, all right, let's just dabble into it. I'm not gonna really go back to Android, but let me dabble. Let me get my feet wet.
Yeah.
The S22 was like, all right, let me actually give this a shot. And the Pixel 6a is like it's that sweet spot for me. I'm hoping by this weekend I will determine which of those two phones are my favorite. And it is saying something that the quote unquote budget phone is a contender in any of this. And then I was sitting there thinking too that by the time the iPhone comes out, I will try to determine whether or not I would, or by the time they announce the new iPhone and I see what the features what the features are, I will determine whether or not I'm going to switch back to Android full time. But today I realized that that's something I'm not going to do. I can't. My family, everybody's on iOS. They're on that platform. I just can't make that switch because it's FaceTime. If my mom, if my dad, if my sister cannot FaceTime me, which they can if they do the whole hey, share a link, but they're not going to want to do that. So if they can't FaceTime me, then it breaks the whole thing and then everybody's mad at me. So yeah, I'm probably still going to stick with iPhone for the foreseeable future, but it's nice to have two capable smartphones and then actually have a budget device that I can fully recommend for somebody who may be coming off of an older phone. Or somebody who may want to, like for me, upgrading from the Pixel 4a, going to the 6a, and not feeling like, actually feeling like there's an upgrade there. Shut up, Ruin. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So hopefully I have some stuff out this week. Of course, So we'll get into it. Like, there's no show next week because I'm going out of town. So, yeah, there's some travel anxiety that's also been happening. But yeah. On that note, you know what? I'm gonna fuck it. I'm just not gonna bother with this right now because it's just gonna mock me that it's there and it's not working. So I'm gonna switch back to my old view here where I can see chat like I'm supposed to. And we're gonna move on to some tech and gaming news. Hey, in case you did not know, Linux is coming to the M1. Google is copying Amazon's homework when it comes to reporting things to the police. And yeah, apparently there's a company who was doing great who was doing amazing, great work until they got back from their European vacation. That and much more on Tech Talk Thursdays. Let's get it started, though. Of course, this is still not the right window. Why does it... OBS, get shit together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it together. So first, I want to start off with some TikTok news. Apparently, there have been some videos going around, and I'm pretty sure, like, if you're on TikTok or you may see some of the stuff on Instagram from a few months ago, maybe about a year ago, where they would like have a guy talking to themselves as another person. And it's, you know, they don't want you to know this. And then kind of goes back to the conversation, like saying some cheat code that gives you free shit. So apparently there's some people that are going around and actually doing that for AirPods Pro. Based off of an actual thing that is true, but the way that these TikTokers are going about it is giving you very, very bad information and can make you look like a fucking idiot in the middle of an Apple store.
Remember Wall Street Bets?
So in the last several weeks, hundreds of videos have spawned on TikTok claiming that Apple is giving away free AirPod replacements as long as you simply walk into an Apple store and ask for a new free pair. The trend implies that AirPods users can walk into an Apple store, claim their earbuds are not working in some shape or form, and proceed to receive a replacement pair of AirPods with no questions asked. This is indeed not true. Because ain't nobody, and especially fucking Apple, is going to give you free shit without giving them any reason as to why they should give you free shit. What this is, so what they're referencing is this AirPods Pro replacement program, which is offered to customers with AirPods Pro manufactured before October 2020 who may be experiencing static or issues with active noise cancellation. That program, unlike what the trend suggests, requires employees to actually confirm the left, right, or both AirPods Pro earbuds are defective in some way. I actually saw one of these videos on TikTok. You know, every time I see a tech video from someone who, you know, doesn't scream tech, like again, I have my own prejudices, especially when it comes to tech. If you do not look like a neckbeard, I don't trust you. If I've not seen you or seen you talk about tech before, I don't trust you. This motherfucker was like, yeah, like he did the whole thing, like, they don't want you to know this. He does the whole bit. I'm like, yeah, just no. Common sense, no matter who the company is, would just tell me, no, they're just not going to give you free $200 earbuds. Just no. But I did look it up anyway, just in case, because I could be wrong. I'm known to be wrong, and before I put shit out there, I'm gonna make sure I'm right. I looked it up, and then yes, I found this replacement program that literally says you have to prove that your shit's broken in order for you to get new ones. Not just to walk in there, not have any AirPods, and say, yo, my AirPods are broke, I need new ones. And they just furnish you new AirPods. Now, unfortunately, 83.6 thousand people liked this one particular TikTok video here. Not entirely sure what the views are on it, but I don't even care. I don't even want to know. I'm not even going to click on it to acknowledge this person who looks like, you know, a reject of fucking Mr. Robot with a fucking beard and mustache penciled in. But please, when you see stuff on social media, take it with a grain of salt, unless you can verify the source.
Take it with a whole can of salt.
This is why
the whole box.
This is why I don't like, you know, posting rumors and stuff on anything, because I don't want to be like, oh, but you said it was going to happen. No, I said it was, but it's too late. I believe it was going to happen and it didn't. You lied to me. So no, that's not what we do here. I like to back it up with facts and figures. Linus Torvalds uses an Arm-powered M2 MacBook Air to release the latest Linux kernel. Now, I'm excited about the Linux kernel. Not really. It's just, hey, cool. But the important thing here is that he was actually running a version of Linux that is now built for the M series Macs now. I'm really excited about that. Just wanted to bring it up. I thought it was cool.
Nice.
It's been in development for quite some time. Apparently, it's now good enough for even the man who created the Linux kernel to push code. The man was like, I want to use a MacBook for work because I find it thin and light, and it is great. So even the greatest, even the most Linuxy of Linux people is switching over to the Mac. Also, I do want to shout out, hey, Ruin, for getting his MacBook Air today.
Congratulations, Ruin.
Congratulations. Hand clap of praise.
What color did you get? I was too busy trying to fix the little gimmick I was working on to actually converse about this. I really want to know now. Ruin, what color MacBook did you get? I hope it was the midnight blue.
See, midnight blue.
It was the midnight blue. I am so happy.
In the city, no cat. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta find a video for Ruin that I think Ruin would get a kick out of. Hold on.
But yeah, I'm hoping with this here, now I can sit to look at all the naysayers. Look, even Linus Torvalds wants and uses a MacBook for work. Unfortunately, I can't install Linux on my laptop, but you know, still a MacBook. Still a MacBook. Twitter test lets you mix and match photos, videos, and GIFs in a single tweet. Who's ready to use that feature? No, nobody? No.
That's all I have to say about that.
Well, for the audio listeners, what does that translate to in audio form?
Mm-hmm.
Artist of shrugs.
It's just like, what am I supposed to do with that information?
Put a video, then do a screenshot, then do like a really weird GIF reaction to it.
So I will say for this one, at the very least, being able to mix and match things is something that I know that people have been doing for, like, have been wanting to do for a while. So I guess that part is kind of nice, where you can blend photos and GIFs together in a single tweet. And I suppose the videos are an enjoyable extra. I do have questions though about what they're going to do with alt text, because as I understand it, you can do that for photos, you can do that for GIFs, but not for video. So I am kind of curious about how that part's going to work, and if they let you do alt text for all of that, that's going to be great.
Because that would also mean that if you were to just upload a video, then you can just do alt text for the video.
Mm-hmm. And we like that idea.
We're all about accessibility over here. Twitter account hijacks made possible by security error in over 3,200 mobile applications. This is not necessarily for the everyday user, but for those who are developing apps and have built-in Twitter integration. Security researchers have discovered a developer error in more than 3,200 mobile apps, which makes possible full or partial Twitter account hijacks. In the worst examples affecting around 320 apps, it enables an attacker to gain complete control of a Twitter account. The good news is that the accounts that can be hijacked are those belonging to the app developer rather than the user. But cybersecurity company... That is a weird way to write that. Because one, I've noticed that they have not necessarily named the cybersecurity company, but then to refer to the cybersecurity company as cybersecurity company seems like a weird choice for writing this article. But cybersecurity company says that this creates the danger of a bot army using what are often high-profile and verified Twitter accounts to spread disinformation. So essentially, all of your favorite mobile developers starting to tweet crypto scams out of the blue. Or in No Man's Sky's case, it just can look like Sean Murray. Which is weird because he is the one who runs that. Does he run that Twitter account? Like, it's his name on it. So, yeah, developers, please go and close some holes, clean some things up. This one is for Tycho, who I believe is not here at the moment, but is very, very adamant that this is an issue. Google Pixel 6a fingerprint sensor problems persist after launch. It appears that anyone can unlock the device using their thumb in isolated cases. So yeah, like apparently what's going on here is that when people were receiving the Pixel 6a for review, a lot of these reviewers were saying that, hey, the fingerprints, the in-screen fingerprint sensor in the Pixel 6a, which is considerably different than what it is on the Samsung 22 and Galaxy 22 Plus, because it flashes the light at your finger. It's cool. A lot of these early reviewers were saying that the fingerprint sensor would unlock for anybody. That apparently it was not doing what it was supposed to do, and that anybody with a thumb could come through and unlock the phone. Since I've had mine and have seen these stories, I have taken my phone downstairs. I have given it to my wife, and I've had her try to do this several times. It has not opened for her. From what's been reported, as much as people are screaming alarm bells about it, it still seems like it's more isolated. But I forget what the phrase is where it's like, you know, if you're hearing it from X amount of people, there are probably millions more who are also experiencing the issue. that aren't saying anything or don't have the necessary platform to say something about it. It would be interesting to see what is causing that issue if they're able to kind of figure it out. Like, I'm not sure how Google would go about figuring that out, especially with it being not that much of a widespread issue. Do they send the phone, like, or is Google taking the phones and trying it themselves? It's really that hard thing where, like, there isn't there necessarily isn't like an infrastructure for Google to be able to diagnose issues like this, like other companies, or like other companies used to have but don't anymore because of the pandemic. Like, I wonder how many people in New York are having an issue with their Pixel and they can go to the Google store or whatever the fuck it's called in Manhattan. Have them take a look at what's going on with these sensors, see if they can figure out what the issue is, if it can even be replicated. Because, yeah, I mean, with your entire life sitting on things like this here, it sucks that, you know, Sin has thoughts on things. But, like, I would not know that because I can't see the doc, but I saw the email come through. And everybody else did too.
You know something? I am just going to. I said I just made a note about a particular section that we're going to get to later in the show. That I will have some spicy opinions about that.
But yeah, it's like I don't see that doc again until way after the show, so I wouldn't have even known if it wasn't for the email that came through. So everybody knows Sin has words about a topic. Stay tuned to find out which one it is, because even I don't know.
You know something? All I'm gonna say is I will tell y'all what section it's in. We have a tech section, a gaming section, a streaming section, hardware, and deals. Y'all can probably guess.
Oh yeah, we know.
Normally the section where I have spicy opinions.
Oh yeah, we know. We know. I was just waiting for that article to show up too, because you know me. I look, people share tweets, but it's like, it's a tweet. What am I gonna do with a tweet? Thank you, The Verge. But yeah, like with these phones being, you know, pretty much everybody's personal lives, like it would be nice if a fingerprint sensor would work only for you and not literally everybody else on the planet. So hopefully they can figure it out, give a solution, and you know, we can move on from this. See, this is where I wish that that little gimmick I had worked, because then I can highlight it on the screen, unlike Sin's email. They have millions of thumbprints on file. They could print up some fake thumbs. I mean, yes, but it's still that thing of, hey, can you replicate this? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I mean, they don't even really need thumbprints. If it's the fact that the phone will unlock for literally anyone, it's like, hey, I will send the phone and like you unlock it and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and apparently, because Tycho said, I think Tycho said this too, that this was also happening on the Pixel 6. So I don't know. This could actually be a software thing. This could be a software related issue. So yeah, maybe it can be fixed through software. Who knows? Hopefully they'll figure it out. Google may hand over your Nest video to police without a warrant in an emergency. Tell me if you've heard this one before. So yes, of course, this is similar to what Amazon and Ring were doing a few years ago. And I believe they may still be technically doing it, even though they said they aren't, but don't hold me to that. Let's see. Google's confirmed that its carve-out clause in its terms of service is meant to help first responders in the event of an emergency. Google can let the police gain access to your Nest video footage without a warrant. The company's terms of service allows this type of disclosure only in emergency situations. Google's policy came to light shortly after Amazon admitted to giving Ring footage to police without a warrant multiple times this... Oh, so I was right. Yeah, Amazon's done that multiple times this year, even though they said they'd stop. Please, stop doing things like this. I did not consent to this. I don't give a shit if it's looking next door at a random fucking house. I do not give you consent to use my shit in any capacity.
Didn't they say the same thing for Ring devices?
Well, that's what they're saying. Google's policy came to light shortly after Amazon admitted doing that for Ring. Just this year, even though they said they'd stop
let me
years
point
ago.
this out, because in the apartment complex I'm in, I have a number of people who just like had doorbells so that they would know when people were showing up without having to knock on their doors. And most of those devices, because they're wireless devices, are Ring devices. So I'm just like, y'all, we live like less than a mile from the nearest police station. It's unnecessary, but whatever, I guess.
I mean, but it's unnecessary for what, though?
When I say what's unnecessary, I mean things like, do you really need to surveil the entire apartment building, like the apartment building from my individual neighbors' doors who happen to have like Ring devices who didn't give you consent to just like spend time monitoring the hallways of their apartment building unawares, I suppose?
Oh, you mean it's unnecessary for the police to do it?
Like it's one of the it's like one of those things. Like if you're having devices just monitoring people's like surroundings that didn't buy the security camera on purpose, what are we doing here? Nobody asked you for that.
Said the reason why I asked is I thought you were referring to the people who bought the rings. It was unnecessary. It's like no, the ring is very necessary. I love the ring.
The monitoring, the unconsented use of their devices to monitor things. It's unnecessary.
That is
because I'm
unnecessary.
just like, if you're just like, we're feeding the footage to the police. The police live less than a mile away from where I am. Like, y'all can just come down here.
Hey, Sonny P's in the building.
What's up, Sonny P?
I'm sick of the people who bought the ring and they have that stupid bird sound. Like I'm walking across the street and their ring is telling me I'm being recorded. Wait, they actually make sounds that you're recording now? That's annoying.
Tweet.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Don't be letting me know that I'm crossed into.
Oh, I like that.
Really? Wow.
I think it wouldn't be any less creepier if you walk to the mailbox and be like, "I see you. I sees all. I knows all."
Can I program mine as well? What does it feel like? Somebody's watching me.
Watching me. And there ain't no tricks on me.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact, that was Michael Jackson.
Wait, there are people who don't know that still?
I know, but I'm just saying. Hey, fun fact, Michael Jackson.
And then we walk our dogs in the neighborhood. Several of the houses have that bird sound. Oh my God, I do that to my husband with our lights. I've had to put up all the speakers in my house. We have no more speakers. I can't creep out my wife that way. It's the same with Teslas. You walk near, and then they flash and record you.
Hey, what'd I do?
Like it's great. It's great for your own personal security, but do not feed my shit elsewhere without asking me. No. Stop that.
You and your fun fact. It was a fun fact.
Why do I feel like there's something behind that now? See, I have speakers
Nothing,
in the
just
ceiling and an Alexa in every room damn near. If people were secretly recording me, I think they would be so. That's the whole, and that's my point. And I get it. Like, we're privileged in that fact, right? Where it's like, you know what? I don't mind being recorded if they really, really want to know. Find it. Like,
No, not even
find
then.
out.
Fuck that. Ain't nobody ask y'all for nothing. I don't need you doing. We're whole adults here. If we didn't give you explicit permission to do that, the answer is no. Because every time y'all had like a little bit of room to do even remotely close to the right thing, the thing that you choose to do is not that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, at that point, then just my whole house would just be in a Faraday cage. Like, is honestly, like, with the computers that are running, with your mobile devices, shit, even your fucking TV, like, it's a thing where, no, my house is just air gapped. I don't even have electricity running to my house now.
Yep.
It's just here.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, I just got dumb TVs, so it's just like it's just Google. It's just the Google, our iPad, her iPad, and my phone.
I mean, don't forget,
Which,
your microphone could be listening. Cortana
yeah,
is listening.
yeah. Remember when like Trump was president and like what's his name? Shinzo Abe, rest in peace. He was they were in Mar-a-Lago, and that's when like North Korea threw a missile across Japan, and they were outside looking with their phone, the flashlights of their phones at like classified materials. And I'm like, boy, if one person had hacked either one of those phones, they could see exactly what they were looking at.
And people
Mm-hmm.
people don't think, and that's why another article I threw out, those Secret Service members and the Pentagon losing those text messages conveniently. Oh no, we switched phones, and we had a backup solution in place, but because of the iPhone, they were supposed to back them up manually, and they forgot to do it. Like they forgot to back up the text messages.
Tim Apple, like, now why am I in it?
We've got to back it up.
Mm-hmm. Back it up. Back it up.
Now I know they ain't losing. They ain't. I mean, you know what? Nah, I will give. I will at least say they lost
they
it.
lose it.
They lost it.
They just can't find it.
No, I'd say they lost it. But it was like lost it as in, yeah, we can get those for you, and they reach for the box, and then they tripped,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like all over the floor. It's like, oh it's ruined.
They just can't find where they hit it.
It's ruined. It's all over the floor. Look, it was good. They were great text messages. You would have loved them, but it's ruined now. I don't know what to tell you. Just we could have put them in a locked Tupperware container, but when we were taking out the oven, we just left it in that very flimsy foil pan, and when we picked it up, it just folded on itself, and then it fell on the floor, and now nobody can have this macaroni text message salad. It's all ruined. We have no more. My bad. Yeah, they lost it accidentally on purpose. Oh no.
Yeah, they forgot where they hit it.
They were walking down the street and they tripped on a crack, and the phone just magically flew several hundred yards or several yards into the Potomac. Oh no, I dropped it.
I dropped it in my phone.
You're doing ruination. They're doing ruining.
There's a difference.
See, Tycho coming here. What are y'all talking about? Man, I bet you that thing I was working on would totally work here because there'd be a tweet. I mean, there'd be a Twitch message that would have been on screen that would have been the thing we're talking about, which was the Secret Service and losing text messages. But no, shit ain't want to work. I ain't mad.
I ain't mad at you.
But actually, we were talking about Google giving away video, like the Ring. Now we're going to go over to a new, another topic that Tycho shared. Glad that he's here. Because he asked me, would I give a donut? I mean, would I accept a donut and a coffee for all of my data? Twitch said no, because I'm a diabetic. But Tim Horton thinks that that's all that takes. That's all that takes. Tim Horton wants to settle location tracking lawsuits with coffee and donuts. This is my power has been out since 6 a.m. Oh my God, are you okay? DTE, that sounds familiar. Wait, I'm thinking about GTE, which is the company Verizon used to be, at least here in North Carolina. Does anybody else remember GTE? Anywho, I'm being very distracted. Glad, yes, like everyone says, glad that you're you have your power, you're back online, because we're about to talk about some Tim Hortons. Those shifty Canadians are at it again.
Oh no.
Tim Hortons has agreed to settle multiple class action lawsuits that accuse the company of tracking customers' locations through its app without consent. What? Not Tim Hortons. Under the proposed settlement, which requires a judge's approval, eligible customers in Canada will receive a free hot drink and a baked good. In other words, coffee and a donut.
I say they can now and forever kiss my ass if they think that a baked good and a piping hot cup of coffee is gonna make me forget that you hoes really came from my data like that. Fuck out
Don't
of
you
here
mean
with
Hoosiers?
that. I'm sorry, Hoosier. That you Hoosiers can fuck off, A.
Sorry about that.
Donut for your data. Fuck off.
Welcome to the new campaign, Donut for your data.
Donut for your data.
I was gonna ask somebody for advice. Donut for your data? Is it like penny for your thoughts? Donut for your data?
Donut for your data. New lamps for old. Shout out to the people who got that reference.
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah.
Everyone says they say they did nothing with it. They say it was an accident. Hit them with a punishment. Merch says, I don't know. The $25 T-Mobile or AT&T settlement amount isn't much more than a coffee and donuts. I mean, with $25, you can get like a coffee, a donut, and maybe a gallon of gas. Apple iBook settlement was like, we'll give you 2 free ebooks.
I'd be like, yeah, fuck you. We good.
I just still think it's funny. Just like a coffee and a fucking donut for your data, dog.
The fucking nerve.
The audacity.
the gumption,
Like
the gall.
Sir, I am a diabetic. Thank you.
I am a whole person.
I will die.
The fuck I look like.
Guess this video says no. Samsung not to be outdone by Apple in any case. Oh yeah, I just found out that you were a diabetic like I was. So this also is why I enjoy this article, because Tyler and I had a long, like not necessarily a long conversation, but a conversation where I had to tell him I knew he was diabetic long before this. Made a reference to it. He was like, wait, I'm a diabetic too. I was like, yes, I know. We both are. We've had this conversation before. I don't know, like, I know that diabetics are out there, but I don't know personally that many diabetics. 4 years ago, what are you talking about? This is like months ago. This was less than a year. Not Jerry. No.
Who wants to be the feature comment of the day? Because I feel like it's coming on. It's happening. It's soon.
Y'all getting old. It's old. It's okay to forget. You know what? Where's this? See, Jerry, you're lucky I'm not sharing a ban list with nobody. This just randomly just disappeared from a whole bunch of streams for that comment. I ain't know. I'm young as shit. Young, I'm hot, I'm sexy, and I know it.
Oh, look at that body. I work out.
As I was saying, Samsung not to be outdone by Apple now has now announced a self-repair program for the Galaxy phones and tablets. Working with iFixit, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they are. In a press release, Samsung said it is partnering with the well-known repair guide and gadget teardown company iFixit for this new self-repair program. At first, the program will support the Galaxy S20, the S21 family of smartphones, along with the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus tablet. Owners can buy self-repair parts and tools to replace the screen, back glass, and charging ports for all those devices. Since probably said shit, Apple support right to repair somewhat. Shit, we gotta follow. And the thing is, they did better because, they just partnered with iFixit and just made this shit official. Like, you could probably just go to iFixit anyway, look up a Samsung S20 and get whatever parts you need to fix it. But now they just made it official. So there's like barely any work done. Also, it's like you're not having to rent like what was that Apple repair kit?
iFixit?
No, not iFixit. The 79-pound iPhone repair kit. And how much? I'm trying to figure out, like, how much do you need to pay to get them to sing it? I mean, to send it over to you? I'm pretty sure there isn't a price to go with this. Okay, there we go. $69 for a new battery, $49 to rent Apple's tools for a week, and a $1,200 credit card hold for the toolkit.
Just wild.
So yeah, I mean, so I was like, look, you have a guide, tools, like you don't have to sit there and buy this shit. Like it's just there. Like you need to buy the parts, but like the book is just there. To repair phone screens, owners can purchase assemblies that include the screen, the phone metal frame, and bezel, and the battery to replace the screen. However, if the original phone's battery is swollen, users should not self-repair that part. So, yeah. I feel like Samsung kind of won that one. Psycho says, this is a good thing, but it's still kind of moot when many of these device makers essentially make the devices so that you can't repair at home. Framework laptops and a few other niche devices have proven that it's not necessary, and it actually can be consumer friendly both from a price and repair perspective. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like I feel like if you're putting enough into it to where, again, I go to iFixit, get the official parts, and do the repairs. Like the main things that are breaking on a phone that I feel like consumers should be able to do on their own is like repairing a screen, changing a battery, or fixing your charge port. I mean, I necessarily don't want to fix the camera. I was just reminding everyone that Tesla was charging almost $400 a month to rent service manuals. Think they might be free now. Again, if enough people sit there and fucking learn how to copy the text off that shit, just fucking sell the 7 Cs and get the data that you need. Kev, if they offered a Google Pixel repair kit, would you get one?
Probably.
Sin, if your iPhone 12 mini broke, would you repair it yourself? If you had a cracked screen?
No. There's like a handful of things that I can think of that I would be like, maybe I trust myself enough to do this. But considering how important this is as a communications device, unless I had like an extra backup phone lying around that I could like have to access things while I'm repairing the phone, absolutely not, because that has my authenticator on it. No. We waste no time here. We don't.
I'm replacing my phone battery as we speak. Discord users complain about new Android update built using cross-platform framework. Apparently, Discord decided they wanted to make things a little bit easier for themselves. Like, we're going to work from one code base. We're going to, make some feature parity and, not really forget about, a specific platform because nobody really owns that platform in the US. So they did that. And apparently there are a lot of Android users who are out there who are fucking pissed that they did it. I didn't notice a change. I mean, but then again, I'm not really browsing Discord on my phone like that. But yeah, I haven't really noticed much of a change between between the two versions. Then we got people saying that the app is buggy, it's laggy. Yeah, I've not hit any of these issues. Kev, have you noticed any issues on Discord on your phone?
I looked at it earlier, and like the text is like really small. Like it's like it's like damn. I got to had to like put it up close to my eyes. But
I wonder if
outside of that, I haven't really noticed that.
I wonder if I've updated on my S22. Maybe I should. Yeah, I should look at that later and see if there's any difference if I haven't updated Discord on that yet. I haven't touched it in a while. The other thing about the Tesla is if you tamper with any of the software running in it, then it's apparently breach of patent. It's dumb. There's an option to increase the font in Discord. The issue is that it increases it on desktop as well. And Ruin hates the fact that we are losing control of our damn cars.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Agreed.
And for no good reason, by the way, because we out here with Elon not making functional cars. You know what? Let me hush.
Oh, last week somebody did eventually hack that BMW to get heated seats for free.
Mm-hmm.
So good on them. Good on them. Oh, and then somebody's also hacked the Tesla to get Apple CarPlay in it. So no, we don't need microtransactions and on-disc DLC in our cars.
We don't.
All right, now we're going to have a little fun here. We're going to have a nice little fun time. Because, you know, on this show, we do have our tech commandments. One of them is to two-factor all your shit.
Yep.
So it came across this Android Central article. What, Tycho, what now? Oh, not this shit. So I came across this article on Android Central about they have rankings, the definitive ranking of two-factor authentication methods. And I want to know what y'all think at home. So they go from least or worst to best two-factor auth. Of course, starting with number 4. SMS-based two-factor authentication. Number 3. I think that ranking them is pretty stupid. I mean, yes, but also SMS should always be on the bottom. Look, my bank is actually starting to do in-app two-factor auth. It never works, but they're trying. Number 3, authenticator apps. Number 2, push-based two-factor authentication. And number 1, hardware-based two-factor authentication. Now, not they're trying your bank, not they're trying your bank, try harder and do. Push is okay, but they aren't ubiquitous outside of Google. That's actually not true. Microsoft uses it too. I really like Microsoft. Apple is also doing it as well. Duo is a third party option. I believe Okta does it as well. In corporate world, it's fairly ubiquitous. I've used Google's, I've used Okta's, and I've used Duos for work alone. Then there is Microsoft, Blizzard has it. Steam, I could have sworn used to have it, but they don't anymore. For signing into Authy for the first time, Authy does it. Verizon does it. Capital One sometimes does it. Again, like I've just named so many things that aren't corporate though. Duo is free. I've used Duo. Oh, that's a corporate thing. No one there. That will probably be free. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's more like as more apps become prevalent, then I can see it being like push based. I can see more push based stuff coming through. But again, with Microsoft alone, they're doing sign-ins without having to put in passwords because you're authenticating on your mobile device with biometrics. Apple and Google are also moving to a passwordless future where that's the case. So push-based authentication is becoming more and more ubiquitous, especially if you're starting to use OAuth for a lot of your things. So it seems like Tycho does not agree, but what are everybody else's thoughts about this list? Would you rank them differently? Which one do you think is number one? Which one do you think is number four? If you rank them differently, thoughts from the crew here.
That number one, I have feelings about that because, child, you want people to keep up with what? The way that people forget their wallets, cards, and keys? You want them to keep up with a piece of hardware that's functionally a hard drive, that's functionally like a USB drive? I'm waiting for you to leave that in your local Uber, your Lyft, the airport, the bus, at your desk, at work, or whatever, and try to log into something. I want you to do that.
Well, that's why they have software backups for that now.
And then these people are just like, oh, and you probably want a backup. I'm just referring to the article as it is written, Mr. Linux. I was just like looking at this and being like, and it costs money to replace those if I lose them? Oh no.
I remember when I started working for Red Hat a few years, like back during the first time, we actually had RSA tokens. Like the physical thing. I don't know if y'all have seen this before.
Yeah, I've seen those. Mm-hmm.
Like this thing.
Mm-hmm. Which is like a literal, like, keychain authenticator that just like spits out random codes. Just do that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's essentially like what the authenticator apps are now.
Right, but it's like not online based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same concept, right? Because it's a thing of like once you activate it, you have to put in a code that is specific to this secure ID token.
Right.
Like it's all based on a clock, so you always know. Like when you're authenticating, it will always know what's supposed to be on that device, similar to like on a phone. It's not like the phone just randomly generates those numbers. It's always like, all right, at this time at 9:47 and 20 seconds, if they request that number, it's going to be this number.
Right. It's like a day. It's like the daily passcodes. It's like the old Enigma machine. Like there are codes for the day, and if you don't have that code for the day, it's like, well, we know you ain't our operative. So.
For me, I would say that, and I get where like having a hardware-based two-factor authentication token, you know, is the worst. It's the worst. I would still say it's probably like the most secure in the fact that, you know, if you do not have this piece of hardware, then it's just nothing. I would honestly, if I'm gonna go for it, I would say the number one would be a push-based 2FA. Mainly because of the fact that one, it's going to be on the device or any device that you're signed into with that account. So let's look at Google, for instance. On any device that you have a Google account on, you're signed into, whether it's YouTube, Google, Gmail, what have you. When you try to sign on a computer, it will notify you on your phone.
Yes.
And you could just say, yes, that was me who did it. Or again, and we don't look at this too, like in Apple's case, where you sign into any Apple service, Apple will then send a push-based 2FA, one telling you, hey, there is somebody trying to sign into your account at this specific location. Is this you? Is it yes? And then it gives you a code back for you to type in to really verify it's you.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft, again, like I've said before, being able to sign into a Microsoft service without necessarily knowing a password, therefore getting rid of having to keep up with password managers, having to keep up with passwords. As long as you have the phone on you, it just pushes the request that, hey, somebody's trying to sign in. Is this you? You authenticate. You put, like, sometimes it'll give you like a number, and you have to find the number in the list just to definitely make sure. You can use biometrics to further authenticate yourself in the app, and then you're off to the races. Mm-hmm. I mean, we can sit there and talk about most users, but again, it's that thing of what is the ideal? Where should we be at? If people weren't fucking inept human beings, which one should we be at?
Oh yeah, users are always the flaw, the weak link in the chain.
Any open source or 2FA? I don't know if there are any open source push based. Like I know I use free OTP open source.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so not Authy.
No.
Okay.
No, they're owned by Twilio, and that is closed source as shit. If you can point me to the GitHub page for Authy, I will change my mind. And even then, Authy still isn't push based, or at least I've not seen any sites that use Authy with push based. But yeah, I can't think of any open source, like, because the thing is with push based 2FAs, I feel like they're built in with the service itself. There's no open one where it's like I don't think there's an open standard like time-based 2FA. I don't think that's push-based as much as it's letting you know. It's like Twitch is like allowing Authy to send you a notification to say, hey, this is where you need to go to get your 2FA. They never took it back. No, you can still use Authy for 2FA on Twitch. Again, the question with Twitch is why did they not make 2FA the standard for secure chatting, and why did they require phone numbers? Because I'm not authenticating on Twitch using SMS. No. Twitch has always been time-based 2FA. Because again, I feel like if Twitch, like I said before, I feel like if Twitch is going to be a push-based 2FA, then they're building that into the app itself, not using a third-party solution. Because I don't think that Authy does any push-based. I don't think that, I mean, even Adobe does push-based. But yeah, I would still prefer push-based, but yeah, it would be nice. I mean, and I can see where Tycho's saying like it needs to be more ubiquitous, but I guess at that point too, you need like somebody has to come up with that standard to be able to do that. And I think nobody's done that yet. Yeah, like again, for corporate, you're getting like Duo and Okta, but again, from a outside perspective, from a consumer perspective, again, it's like Microsoft, Google, Apple, Adobe, Blizzard, there's a few more, but those are the ones I can think off the top of my head. Yeah, Google and Microsoft. Well, Microsoft's the best. I'm just saying, Microsoft's the best one at push-based 2FA. It should be good, but it's also open source. The shit, so third parties can create tools that don't rely on the corpse for the standard. Again, look, yes, I know we want to open source all the things, Tycho, but again, greedy, money horny. Well, they might be money horny.
So capitalism.
Yeah, capitalism equals money horny. But yeah, like money hungry corporations who just fucking get off on all the capitalism aren't going to do it. Like we can shout it, but again, people got to do it, and that's not going to happen. Exactly. See, Ruin's right. Who's going to pay for it? Who will support it? Now over to gaming news, and boy, this story right here, it touched my heart. Overwatch Contenders game grinds to a halt after both teams refuse to play. Essentially, in a Contenders tournament that was going on a few days ago, some rules were changed by the officials mid-match. Was never communicated to anybody, which then had a team who, thought they still had some time to come back after losing a couple, to be eliminated. Everybody like on the Discord in that community who was participating on the tournament was like, yeah, no, fuck that. We all saw the rules. Y'all changed them. Fuck you. The two teams that were competing decided, you know what? In the middle of a stream, we're just not going to play. We're just not even going to play.
They truly said, we need you to understand that it's like, without us, y'all don't have a thing going on. You understand that, right?
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
I had it bookmarked at one point, but I think
coordinated teams in this region when it does come through to target priority focus.
There's a reason they're one of the better teams, and it's exactly as you mentioned.
So yeah, the Ex Oblivione, I believe, was the team. Fuck yeah, I gotta go back and read that article. But yeah, one of the teams was eliminated. So this is the losers bracket. Both of these teams lost like one game, but they talked to each other through Discord and was like, "Yo, y'all saw that shit? That was wild. Yeah, that was fucking wild. So how about we just don't play." Now this shit right here was cute. They just get on the field and just play around. And it is funny as shit how these commentators are really trying to make this interesting.
Okay, they're going to the left. They're going to the right.
So the rule that was changed is it was supposed to be a best of 7, but during the match they changed it to a best of 5.
That's not cool.
And if you've noticed too, the teams are the same. They gave no reason. They gave no reason as to why those rules were changed. And this is when they realized that nobody was playing, and just cut the they cut the feed. But yeah,
y'all are gonna get enough of trying us, is what they said. Y'all gonna get enough. Enough. Y'all gonna get enough of it.
All right, so here's here's the story. The trouble began when O1 Esports faced off against Munich Esports, both sides under the impression that the match was the first to 4 wins, a best of 7. Munich Esports pushed ahead with 3 straight wins before O1 Esports won the next 2 maps, taking the score to 3-2. Suddenly, the match was halted as tournament officials declared that it was meant to be a best of 5, giving the win to Munich Esports. Understandably, the move didn't go down too well with the community. O1 Esports member Timber Crandop Ranson tweeted out a screenshot of Discord conversation between Munich Esports player Jacob Choose Bronder and a tournament organizer. The organizer confirmed twice that the match between the two teams would be a best of 7. While the tournament website now shows the game as the best of 5, Wayback Machine and a screenshot from Crandop shows that it was originally listed as best of 7. So again, is the match tomorrow BO5 or BO7? For your team, all remaining matches are BO7, I believe. Can you double check? Doing it as we speak. Yep, BO7s all the way until the end. Thank you for the fast response. July 28, 2022, which was when that video was showing. That's what it was showing. Lower round 4 or upper R3, lower R4. Both of them listed as BO7. And even to the Wayback Machine. Which I have a feeling I may have something on my browser that's going to keep this from loading. But again, there have been screenshots that show this best of 7. The fact that he had the conversation on Discord and the official told him best of 7. With O1 Esports being kicked into the losers bracket and facing off against ex Oblivione, the two teams banded together to protest the decision made. They head over to the side of the capture point, lining up as 2 Tourborns get into a fun little slap fight. The protest only lasts for about 2 minutes before being pulled off stream, but it's rather funny watching the commentators do their damn best to hype up 10 players who are very clearly not playing the objective. They excitedly attempt to shout through the Torbjorn fist fight in a purposely pathetic Orisa 1v1 before the game is paused and taken off the stream.
Overwatch just taking L's. all day.
Now, Overwatch Contenders officials are allowing O1 Esports and Munich Esports to wrap up their final 2 games on July 29th. It'll continue on from the previous day's games, with Munich taking the lead 3-2 and having the next choice of map. Hate to see it. Hate to see it.
But do we?
I do.
Do we hate?
I do. I like playing Overwatch.
I like playing Overwatch too, but I don't like fucking Blizzard. Fuck them.
Again,
I can like the game and say fuck the company. I can like the game and say fuck the tournament.
But again, I hate to see that this is what happened to the game that I love.
Hey, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. We say that all the time.
Again, what does that got to do with Overwatch?
A lot.
You were dragging
Exactly.
Overwatch into this, and it did nothing to do with this.
Hey, it had everything to do with the tournament.
It's a game. They're not the tournament organizers. Overwatch, the game, is not a tournament organizer.
Yeah. The team said fuck that game.
This is fuck the tournament, not the game.
You know
Yeah,
something? Here's what I'm going to say, Major. There is an overflow of compassion for you because I know that you feel sad about the game. But as I'm sure you are also aware from previous episodes of this show, in this house, in this corner of the planet, in a couple of other houses, it's fuck Activision Blizzard hours almost
Again,
always.
yes.
All
the,
days.
The management, the C-suite, yes. All of
I
them.
need someone. I need someone to come for Bobby.
Developers,
Also-
QA, I love them.
We
They're
love
the
them.
ones who create the art and the code and the game.
Yeah, but Blizzard management, fuck
Wait,
them.
what does that have to? What does that have to do with the tournament though? Were the devs there?
No, I'm just saying, like, Kevin's all like, fuck Overwatch, fuck Blizzard. I'm like, wait a second.
No. I said fuck Blizzard. I like
Again,
Overwatch.
I
I played
just wasn't-
Overwatch. I'm a damn good Lucy.
let's-
I said
let's
Blizzard. If you're gonna put words in my mouth, get the words right, okay?
I'm gonna put this one. This fuck Blizzard management.
Yeah. Fuck
Let's
Blizzard
say that.
management.
Let's just say that, because again, the devs, the QA, they deserve none of this smoke.
If I literally have to run down the list like Aria's prayer, I'll do that. But I could just say fuck Blizzard, and just we all know exactly what I'm talking about. We're not talking about the debt. We're not talking about the coders, the artists, the QA team. We're not talking about the techs. We're not talking about the community management. We're not talking about anything. We're talking about management and Bobby Kotick and J. Allen Brack. That's exactly who we're talking about.
Kev
Did
out
you
here.
know they had cream of
Kev
mushroom on
out
sale
here.
at Food Lion this afternoon?
Stop.
Did you know that you can get 10 ounces of diced tomatoes and chiles in the chunky version?
Now you want
They were
now if you want to break down semantics, we can break down semantics. But at the end of the day,
Kev out here.
but
like
at the end of the day, I
fucking-
said what I
like,
said.
Kev out here like God on Passover. It's like, look, everybody who's saved then spread the blood of the lamb on their doorpost.
You know exactly. I know exactly. Like I say, my people is safe. Everybody else, the hands. Y'all know when I say
I'm a very literal person. I'm sorry, it scares me sometimes. I'm a very
that's what I'm
literal
saying.
person. I
Right.
need to
Now,
have that clarification because, like, I don't know. Like, maybe you don't know. I don't know that you don't know. I don't know that you don't.
Right.
So that's why I like to be intentional with my words. Is like, no, not everybody at Blizzard. Let me be specifically clear every
So
time I
here,
mention this, because I
Major,
don't want somebody
here,
to
we're
catch
going.
me.
Here. We're just going to go ahead and lay this as a ground rule because we have had several, not one, but several conversations in this vein. And the conversation usually goes as follows. Hey, when we're dealing with the struggles and pitfalls of problematic companies that make some of our well-known games, it is to be understood that our frustrations and very rightful rage at their practices and misdeeds should be properly directed to the correct people. And at no point in time, generally speaking, does that ever include the devs or the quality assurance department or the people who work in the mailroom who are just basically trying to live and not die and have to deal with problematic things because capitalism sucks. That always includes, however, people like Bobby Kotick who should have been fired and continue to profit while other people suffer at the same company along with the different ways that they are abused. We always mean, and I do mean always mean, leadership at just about every level because they are always complicit in some fuck shit and it constantly comes to the fore, almost like clockwork every single summer. I feel like that's been pretty consistent for every company that we talked about. Ubisoft,
Right. But we always
Riot,
have new we always
Yeah.
have new we always have new people, and I have to make sure that they know. Again, it's a me thing. It's a
you
me
know
thing.
something? What I think you should do is make a note to go into your Stream Deck and have a button that brings up a disclaimer paragraph every time this happens.
Disclaimer: the views by anybody else that's not like the views of us are specifically meant as C-suite and senior management only. We do believe that devs, QA, or any just everyday humdrum members of the staff of said company outside of the HR department are absolved of any guilt here.
And or low-level workers who write manifestos on why they should be sexist, racist, misogynistic, or homophobic.
We did a Google deep cut on that one.
You're welcome.
All right, before we go to this article here, I want to circle back. And as you saw, we put it on the big screen here because I had to kind of go behind the browser to go find something. Sin so graciously found a GitHub page, or a GitHub page for Authy. Unfortunately, none of it is Authy the app. It's just code examples on how to incorporate Authy into apps. So if you want to use two-factor auth when you SSH into a Linux machine, or you have a Ruby on Rails app that you want to have two-factor auth on, JavaScript, this is what this is. This is essentially code examples that is no longer even being maintained by Authy.
Listen, yo, I did my best.
Hey, look. I almost thought he had me. I thought he had me. I will be happy to eat my words if there is more open source shit out there. I thought he had me. But back to the news. Oh, really? Oh boy. What is this? Wait, what are we reeling? You know, at first I thought that said suspended. I was like, who suspends a project? But it says superseded.
By solo security key.
That's dope. Yeah, I gotta look at this a little bit more. Tycho, if you have not already, put this in the Discord. I would like to read this some more. An open source 2FA little USB token that I bought in 2018 and lost 3 months later. It was $5? That's not bad. I'm sorry. Like, okay, now if you're arguing it's hardware-based 2FA and all you need is a $5 token, that's less than a copy of a key. Maybe. I don't know. I've not had copies of keys made in some time. I'm just saying. $5 for a hardware key. Anywho, back to the news. Resident Evil Village will receive free accessibility update along with DLC due in October. The update will add in subtitle size, color, and background toggle, speaker name display in story mode, closed captions, and a permanent reticle. It's a small but notable list of options that will hopefully open the modern horror classic to a wider audience. Again, I always like to shout out when we're bringing more accessibility into video games. I feel like what they added was the bare minimum. They should have been there from the beginning. Fucking Final Fantasy 13 has speaker name display. And that game came out in what, 2009 maybe? 2010? 2008? I don't remember. I wanted to say 2013, but say, no, that's not right. Now, something that got Kev and I both excited. Logitech and Tencent are building a streaming handheld for Xbox Cloud Gaming and GeForce Now.
I was very cool. I was very happy about that.
Because your mobile device doesn't already exist.
Yeah. Sometimes you might want a dedicated device. It's cool.
And you know, I was about to ask that question. So I guess the question now is, would you want a dedicated streaming box or a dedicated portable streaming device? Or would, fuck, no, you're right. Because whoever loses the battle between the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus and the Pixel 6a is probably going to be that portable game streaming device. And to keep it a buck, when the new iPhone comes out, and I get mine through Verizon, get my new one through Verizon, which you know I will. I would have paid off my iPhone 12 Pro.
Mm-hmm.
And this will also probably turn into a mobile gaming device.
Mm-hmm.
Because I own both the Backbone and I'm sorry. It is the Game Vice, version 1 of the Game Vice. I will not call it by the name I bought it under. This is the Game Vice version 1. But yeah, I wonder what that would look like. Because I mean, at that point too, why not just make an Android just like an Android handset or like just something that just runs Android that has access to the Google Play Store.
There's a good chance that might be it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like it might be it, but it won't be powerful enough to actually play some of the demanding Android titles that are out there. Like, you will not have fun playing Genshin Impact, PUBG, Call of Duty Mobile, Asphalt on these devices. but it'll be good enough to at least do like 1080p 60 game streaming over Wi-Fi, possibly even 5G if you were to pick this up through like Verizon or AT&T or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I would still... It's a thing of... I wish they would make a small, like a cell phone sized device that does not have a phone in it. Like if they made the iPod Touch with mobile internet.
That's probably what they're gonna make.
Well, what I'm saying is like my argument with this is like, sure, they may make a device, it will probably run Android. But how powerful will it be? Because that also determines the price of the device. Like if they're saying that this is for GeForce Now, this is for Xbox Cloud Gaming, they don't need a powerful device. They can make a cheap handheld device with controls, but it doesn't play anything. It won't play anything locally on that system.
Right.
What I am wanting is something that is. I would like the Pixel 6a or the Galaxy S22 with mobile controls. I would like you know what? Let's bring back the fucking Nvidia Shield. Nvidia, what the fuck y'all doing? Y'all sitting on cash. Make a good fucking Nvidia Shield. You have GeForce Now. Nvidia right now could be competing with fucking Steam.
There is a pretty solid Nvidia based device that's already out on the market.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Nope. Nope. It does not play xCloud or GeForce Now. Does not play.
Nvidia Tegra.
We need a new one.
Here.
We need a newer one.
There you go.
We need a new one. Nvidia sitting on too much money for them not. Again, it's old news. It's old news. You can put it down. It's old news. It's old news. We need a new one. I want to be able to hold a 3080 in my hand. I want to play a 3080. That ain't it. I can't play Cyberpunk on that.
Until the Pro comes out. Wink.
I don't want that. I want something that could play these newer games. No.
This is what this like all they have to do is just be like Tigray. Done.
And then I'm looking at the new one. No. Put out a new Tegra chip. But again, that's what I'm saying. Like, we know Nvidia can do it between the Shield and the Switch. Motherfucker, what are you doing? Nvidia, you are sitting hand over fist in fucking money. Make a new Shield. Not a Switch, a Shield. I want to play PC games on my Shield. Again, for somebody who is not a Nintendo fan.
I'm not.
Keep throwing this fucking Switch in my face.
I'm not, but I'm telling you that's where the technology is gone. It's gone into that Switch. Why would I make something when I can license my already technology to go into something? That makes the money.
Because I have a RTX 3080 Ti Founders Edition. You clearly can make your own hardware. Do it again.
I mean, I would show you the Steam Deck, but you know
that's AMD.
Yeah, well, that's right. It's AMD.
Do it again. Make me a handheld computing device.
Hold on.
No. How do I? Cut his feed.
You cut my feet off, but you can't cut the truth.
Yes, it's not the truth.
This is a NVIDIA based device.
Okay, hold on for a moment.
That
We
plays
will not
video
be
games.
cutting teeth around here, Mr. Linux. This isn't an Alex Jones show, okay?
Wow. Wow.
Topical.
Look, I didn't send his lawyer my text messages.
Gosh. I read a really good tweet about that. Talk about Alex Jones' lawyer passed the bar, and you got imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I was like, you know what? I don't have no imposter syndrome that day. All I just gotta do is just look at that and be like,
everybody else in the world was the most adept at their job when that shit came out. Like today, everybody was the best person for their job they are currently doing.
yep.
Like, if you were just standing in the middle of the field, you are the best motherfucker for that job right now.
Talking about how do you it's like old cat. It's like how do you get on your job and fuck up everything?
Craig was better at his job when he got fired than that motherfucker was today.
Facts.
Kev's camera is better at its job when Kev was blurred than that lawyer was at his today. Like, how do you send the messages? Dude calls us and say, yo, did you mean to send me this? Isn't this proof? Nah, dog, I don't know what I'm talking about, man.
And
You
said
good?
nothing.
You
He was
good?
like, you straight? You straight? And I'm like, but you sure you ain't mean to say you straight? And I'm like, okay. Well,
Either that
I'ma
lawyer
crack these
is
knuckles
the
and I'ma
dumbest fucking lawyer alive,
He was.
or the smartest, and he just really fucking hated Alex Jones.
That was either he did that on purpose. Either way, terrible lawyer. Like either way, terrible lawyer.
For Alex.
I mean, either terrible or petty.
Right.
I want to choose petty because how?
Yeah.
Like, other way, how?
Because if that was on purpose, then that dude can literally sue for like what was like diminished counsel. Yeah. Terrible.
Anywho, I think Logitech and Tencent should make a powerful device, more powerful than the Switch, that should at least play Android games very, very well. Put the well, I would say a fucking Snapdragon in it, but that doesn't make sense because it's Nvidia. Or if it's Logitech, then yes, put a Snapdragon in that mug. Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, whatever the fuck it is. And yeah. Allow me to play games offline too. Just gonna put it out there. But also Nvidia should make a successor to the Shield that isn't a Switch.
Even though they made a Switch.
Nvidia did try to purchase Arm. But yes, it was blocked.
Like my Tumbo. No. Block.
Not that.
In Microsoft news, Microsoft started testing an Xbox Game Pass family plan.
No, I'm happy about this.
Me too.
I really am, because there'd be some times when I'm like, you know what? If I had like Game Pass and I had like my peoples, I'd be like, yo, let's go ahead and get in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what Nintendo does with the whole like their family plan, where it's like, hey, everybody else can pay in on this. You can come in, throw like 40 instead of like 20 for the year, 40 for the year. Everybody kicking their little couple dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Link up. So it's nice.
I like this. This is a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, the tests go well in Ireland and Colombia, and then we will start seeing it over here in the U.S.
Indeed.
Streaming news, and we got some streaming news. Like TwitchCon San Diego will not require masks or vaccinations. You heard it. You heard right. TwitchCon,
Mm-hmm.
who just got back from Amsterdam with vaccine and mask mandates, and people still caught COVID, says that, you know what, in the United States, we'll live free and die all the time. TwitchCon San Diego will not require masks or vaccinations.
Where do we want to start? Can you please bring up the initial whole full paragraph statement that they made about their decision here?
Let's see. Is it everyone knows going?
What do you mean?
You said pull up a which paragraph?
There is a paragraph that Twitch wrote specifically about.
Oh yeah, here you go. In accordance with.
Yeah. Can we read that, please?
In accordance with current local guidelines, there will be no COVID-19 vaccination or test requirements at TwitchCon San Diego. Although masks are encouraged, they are not currently required to attend TwitchCon.
Go on.
For TwitchCon Amsterdam, which took place last month, there was a similar policy in place. Twitch partners Nazi Fairs told The Verge he left after 4 hours concerned for his health despite being fully vaccinated. Oh wait, so Amsterdam did not have these rules in effect. I thought they did.
Oh, hold on.
So they were just wilding.
Because I feel like there is an important thing here that we are missing. And I need to make sure that whole paragraph in its entirety is read. So give me a moment while I go and find it.
So wilding.
Very much so. Like what the fuck, man? Like what is this?
Hold on. While I'm looking for this, I do want to point out this is happening in the same place that the San Diego Comic-Con happened.
Indeed.
Do you know what they did at the San Diego Comic-Con?
San Diego Comic-Con, which took place July 21st through 24th in the same convention center TwitchCon will use, required proof of vaccination or a negative test and mask. While that didn't stop people from getting infected, among them Game of Thrones writer George R.R. Martin, according to a report on the con from Polygon, some attendees felt more comfortable with the extra guidelines in place.
Okay, Major, I have found a thing.
If it's a link, can you put it in the other chat so that way I don't have to close this?
Do you want me to do that in the main chat here?
Yes.
Okay.
And I can click it and pull it up
Go
without
for
having
it.
to change scenes and stuff.
Sure. And because I know that Major is really particular about sourcing here, where you can read the exact same paragraph.
Let me make this bigger here. We're constantly reviewing our health and safety guidelines along with local authorities. In accordance with the current local guidelines, there will be no COVID-19 vaccination or testing requirements at Twitchcon San Diego. Although masks are encouraged, they are not currently required to attend Twitchcon. Please ensure you are comfortable with our current health and safety measures before you purchase your ticket to Twitchcon.
Which people probably purchased prior to this statement, by the way. Please continue.
Note that TwitchCon San Diego will be presented in accordance with applicable public health and safety guidelines as of the date of the event. This means that the health and safety measures for our event may change at any time as determined by federal or local government agencies, the venue, and or Twitch. Such measures
Read that
may...
again, please.
This means
Just
that...
the last sentence.
This means that the health and safety measures for our event may change at any time as determined by federal or local government agencies, the venue, and or Twitch.
Okay, we'll come back to that later. Please continue.
Some measures may include, without limitation, changes to capacity, attendance procedures, and entry requirements, such as proof of vaccination and or negative COVID-19 test, and other protective measures, such as requiring attendees to wear face coverings. Any ticket holder who does not comply with the guidelines in place as of the date of TwitchCon San Diego may be refused admission or be asked to leave the venue, and such ticket holder will not be entitled to a refund.
Read that last sentence again, please.
Any ticket holder who does not comply with the guidelines in place as of the date of TwitchCon San Diego may be refused admission or be asked to leave the venue, and such ticket holder will not be entitled to a refund.
We are in the middle of 2 pandemics now, and it's officially 2 pandemics because as of today, monkeypox was labeled a public safety crisis.
But still not a pandemic. I know I'm splitting hairs here, but
I mean, well, you're gonna have to go talk to our neighboring continent of Africa about that. I will talk about that later. Here's the thing. This thing up here, where they're just like, hey, according to local laws and safety, we're not going to require this. But then took a whole paragraph to tell you we can change our mind about that at any point while you are at this event. And if you do not comply with the things that we tell you at the time, we can have you removed from we can refuse admission to you at the event. And if we do so, we also do not have to refund you money. So, things that have come up as commentary to this, there is clearly an audience of people that they're trying not to alienate, but it seems like, hey, we're just trying to get as much money as we can from these ticket sales, because these tickets, at the low end, I believe, it's like $199.
no, $129.
129 was there's something that's priced $199. Which one is that?
3-day ticket.
The 3-day ticket.
Okay, so somewhere between $129.
So what is
and
up with these fucking
$199.
colors, though?
My eyes.
Aaron, that is why I sent you the first link, because it's in black. It's on white.
No,
on black.
it's the color. It's the ticket color. It's the ticket price. I would not have been able to. That link does not have the ticket price.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the ticket pricing site with the bright ass fucking colors.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna go look at that.
Yeah,
So
it's bad.
they took the time to tell you, hey, we can't really enforce it and all this other stuff. But up until the day of the event, and even during the event, we can't just listen. Twitch, if you're gonna put in a whole paragraph to say that you can just change this at any time according to the rules of state or federal regulations, or the regulations and requests of the venue, or this, 2 things. The math isn't mathing here. You literally made a statement about whether you were going to require these or not. you already know what venue you're going to have. Because there's no way that you're planning to do this toward the end of the year and like a handful of months from now and don't have the venue picked out. So that's a thing. Second thing, you already said, hey, we can require you to do this at any point in time. If you're already aware that there is a public safety crisis for several reasons on this and several people that are going to have to fly to go to this particular event, why don't you just require them? Since you just took a whole paragraph to say that you can if you feel like it. Does anyone want to answer that question for me?
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole thing of they do not want to do that, but if there is something forcing their hand, then they will. But it's a thing of,
well, like, here's the thing,
if
right?
if they don't have to put in more money to make sure things are safer, they would rather not do that.
Here's the problem with that statement. I want to agree with you, except for they listed themselves as a person who can just decide to change any of these things. If they were to just say, hey, in accordance with like local like regulations or the regulations of the venue, these things are subject to change, then fine. They literally put on a list of people who can just up and change these things for any reason themselves.
Right, but you're also making it seem like Twitch themselves feels like that Twitch feels like you. They don't. Just because they're giving themselves the power to do so, they're not going to do it, or they would have done it by now.
Then what is the point of the secondary paragraph for?
To say, hey, things could change. We may decide if we get information that says, hey, things are getting worse. But the venue hasn't said anything. San Diego, California, or US haven't said anything. We're going to make a judgment call before they do. Or if we hear rumblings, or if they hear rumblings that Gavin Newsom is going to say something, all right, let's get ahead of this before it's too late.
Previous paragraph. Hey, because there aren't any rules saying that we have to do this, we're just not going to.
Lawyers. For you and Tycho, lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
This is saying that, hey, we can also make this call. And they're saying like, well, Twitch made a call. Nobody else said that, but you didn't say that you can make the call. I am suing you. This is literally why the fucking McDonald's cup says, be careful. The contents of this cup are fucking hot. We know coffee is hot. But again, they have to list every fucking dumb shit because people are dumb. And again, like me, would start splitting hairs. For me, I do it because I really want to understand. There are people who are doing it because they know they can get over on somebody because you legally didn't say that you could do it.
Hold on for a second. Can I get a quick question from the class here in like practical legal applications? How many people exactly in the middle of all of these conventions and things have sued a convention for catching COVID?
How many people have sued somebody for forcing them to do something that was against their freedoms?
Did Twitch say they literally just said, hey, we're not going to? So that's a moot
But
point.
what I am saying, you're asking why is Twitch listed as one of the people, one of the entities who can change the rules? This is why. Because again, San Diego did not say it. Gavin Newsom didn't say it. Joe Biden, Fauci didn't say it. Why the fuck is Twitch doing this? Twitch is discriminating against me because they did not say that they could change the rules. Trust and believe somebody will find a fucking lawyer to run that fucking case if Twitch's name was not on that list of people.
If Twitch's name was on that list of people, do you mean Twitch who were just like, hey, although masks are encouraged, they're not currently required, so please make sure you're comfortable with our current health and safety measures before you purchase this ticket. I feel, first thing, right, there is the potentially, and I'm going to put this out here, potentially somewhat nominal concern about lawyering up about things. But the fact of the matter is, they literally just said, hey, we're not requiring them. So if that's a concern for you, stay home. In so many words. The questions at this point are rhetorical. If they put on this thing, hey, these things might change. Like if there are federal or local law government agencies or the venue decides that we have to do these things, then we are going to have to tell you because the venue demanded it to do these things. It does not make sense to me for Twitch to say, hey, we are going to include ourselves on a list of people who can just make changes to these rules when they've already made it clear that they do not care to have people masking up and doing these things unless there's some other random motive here where someone's going to have a change of heart and goes, we suddenly care about health and safety regulations and making sure that people are masked up and vaccinated and everything else, in spite of the fact that we just told them to come to this event at their own fucking risk. This might make corporate sense and all of that, but it does not make practical sense to me at all. If you are going to say that you don't care about if you're not concerned about it and you're just like, listen, unless the law literally demands that we do it, we're not going to, then literally stand all 10 toes down in that and leave it there.
Let's see. I'm trying to find the...
It's gross and it's disgusting energy. And I'm like, listen, just require the safety regulations because people will literally die if you don't. And people have already died, even in the places that do, but at least there's less of them.
Where is it? I need an actual. Because everything is about the overturning of the ruling, but not.
For clarification for the audience at home, my particular contention at this moment is the provision for Twitch to just make changes as they wish to, and specifically to make changes at the time of the event or during the event at any point, and to have people be able to be rejected from, not admitted to the venue for any of those changes that they make, and that those changes are specifically non-refundable.
So, okay. We're trying to explain to you that they are legally trying to cover their ass if they make a decision to require a mask at or during the event. I do not understand why this is an issue if the problem in question here is if Twitch all of a sudden says, hey, we didn't require masks before, but now we do because we want to keep you safe now. It is now worse now than it was August 4th, 2022 at 10:47 p.m. Eastern. The fact that we're having an issue with Twitch saying, hey, we fucked up and we are letting you know that we are one of the people who saying that we don't care, but in the event that we have a change of heart up until and during the event, we reserve the right to say, oh shit, we fucked up, everybody put a fucking mask on. Again, it seems really weird. It's odd to me. It's it sounds weird to me that there is an issue with the fact that one, a company is protecting their ass, which again, do with that what you will, which is what that is with them including their name in that list of people. But two, the fact that we have an issue with the fact that Twitch is saying, yes, we too will have the authority to make you put on a fucking mask because it's bad. And if we literally hand you a mask to put on right now we know because you can't run out and get a vaccine that will do you any good right now. But if we hand you a fucking mask and you refuse to take the mask, it is free. No reason for you to not have this. No reason for you to not take it. You refuse the mask. You're refusing our rules for getting into our event as a private entity. We can kick your ass out and not give you money back. Again, if I walked in your apartment, you invited me to your apartment, but I started acting a whole ass fool and kicked your TV down, but also bought a bag in, but you kicked my ass out for kicking your TV down, and I knocked on the door and said, hey, I want my bag back, I feel like you are well within your right to keep my shit for restitution.
If you show up at, first of all, if you show up at my home without a mask on, let's forget about the TV. You cannot get into the front door because the first thing I would have said was, hey, I don't care what's going on out here. You're in my house. Safety rules. We're wearing masks over here.
No, that's not the point. The point isn't the mask. It's the fact that you let me in. I did something or a rule changed, and now you are showing me the door because I'm not abiding by new rules.
Well, I mean, I guess in your case, you're also destroying property.
But that's the whole point. Something happened. You did not like what I am doing based off of rules you've established, and that you as a private entity have well within your rights to change your rule. All of a sudden, I don't want to follow it anymore. Are you going to let me stay in your house?
Isn't that against the law?
I feel like for the sake of argument, because I'm gonna go ahead and step in front of this because we still got a couple more, and I don't want to go till about midnight for this. So can we just agree to disagree and move the fuck on, please? And I say that with love and utter respect, because at the end of the day, we're not going to agree on this. I am more along with the sin side of it, of yes, it's crappy behavior, and I don't like the way it's all going, because they're saying like, we don't require it, but if the event happens, we might kick you out. So be, and we're not getting a refund. So be that's kind of a little bait and switchy to me, but it is bait and switchy to me.
But to who?
We're not going there. So I'm gonna say this, and then we shall move on.
Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Feelings versus law. Law don't care about your feelings. Fuck your feelings.
Right. But again, feelings be feelings, and that's what it is. You can't say, hey, I don't like the way this is going out, and then discount that part. Fuck feelings, that's fine. But what I say is speak with your wallet. If you don't feel comfortable with it, don't go. Don't go. Don't go. Save your plane ticket, save your money. If there's gonna be a possible okie doke, whether you're anti-mask or full mask, don't go. Don't support a venue and a thing. And that's it. That's how I feel. Can we just move on, please? Move on. Next story, please.
Twitch viewership fell as Facebook gaming rose in June. Damn. The fuck is June? June. Stream Elements pointed words, please. It's literally here. I can read them. Stream Elements points to Facebook's focus on emerging markets for split and viewership trends. May's growth in hours watched on Twitch may have been an aberration as streaming service. As the streaming service resumed its downward trend in June, according to Stream Elements and Rainmaker GG's monthly State of Stream report. Twitch posted a 1.7 billion hours watched in June, down about 6% from 1.81 billion in May. Twitch started the year with more than 2 billion hours watched on the service in January, but aside from May's performance, the number has been sliding since. Like Twitch, Facebook Gaming has seen monthly declines since the beginning of the year, but stopped the slide with modest growth in May. Unlike Twitch, Facebook Gaming was able to follow up May's performance with more significant growth in June, with hours watched up 21% to 425 million. That's because people are going back to fucking work. And it's easier to turn on Facebook than it is Twitch. You can hide Facebook. It's easy to watch Facebook on things. Like people have the Facebook app on the phones. So they can watch on the phone. They can just open it up and do other things on Facebook. On Twitch, I feel like that's a dedicated thing. That's a whole ass dedicated thing.
Yeah, if you're watching Twitch, you're watching Twitch. You're not really, you're not being like, oh, because Facebook could be like, you could be doing something on Facebook and the video that you're watching is still playing in the background over on the corner, in the corner somewhere. So it's a more multitasky.
And the fact that like with Facebook trying to be the internet, it's like you can look on the stream on Facebook, it can kind of be put down in the corner and you can do literally anything else you need to do on Facebook. Whether it's spreading misinformation, buying a stove on Facebook Marketplace, following up on your celebrities, and you're still watching that stream, as opposed to Twitch, where it's like, as soon as you click off that tab, you are no longer watching Twitch anymore. So yeah, I can see that. People are just going back to work, and it's just easier to watch a Facebook stream than it is to watch Twitch. Tell them to shop Amazon. Oh, look, Twitch stream. But unfortunately, they're two different sites. You can't shop Amazon on Twitch. Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
And I would be surprised. I'd be hard pressed that they'd ever do that. Like, they do just seem like two different companies, and it's really fucking weird.
Two different web hosting, and on top of that, I'll say Twitch don't want AWS nowhere near that fucking site. We've seen that.
Which is dumb. This is dumb. So dumb.
But again,
AWS would be amazing.
But again, that's Twitch. Moving on.
OBS Studio 28 Beta 1. Now, I don't talk about betas, but I am really fucking excited about this one. I am excited because it's been something I've been wanting so much since these devices have been out. OBS Studio 28 Beta 1 is out. It brings 10-bit HDR video encoding, QT6 toolkit, but who gives a fuck about any of that? Because I am here to say that this article mentions nothing. Oh, it does. It just kind of buries it a little bit. Some of the other major changes includes native Apple Silicon support. I will be able
awesome.
I will be able to finally natively stream from my Macs now. With all the performance gains.
Yeah, I seen that Epos Vox video about the new changes, and I was like, and I seen that one, I was like, oh, I know Major is very happy about this one indeed.
I walked in because they announced it last night, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it says August 3rd, which was yesterday. Like, this was yesterday. So it may have been Tuesday night. So I was doing something else, and then I just happened to look in my Discord server and notice in the streaming, it's either the streaming updates or it was hardware and software updates channel, where like I have the OBS bot kind of notifying me of updates. And I saw Apple Silicon support, and I said, it's finally here. It is finally here. I am happy. I am excited. I cannot wait. I want to try that. I want to try NDI again, maybe with native Apple Silicon support. It won't be as jumpy. It won't be as jittery. I'm excited. Just tears. Tears. Now AWS has an outage rescrewed. I mean, look, Cloudflare can go away, and that's it. Like, I ain't worried about AWS as much as I'm worried about Cloudflare.
It's not like we ain't already screwed already. It's on like how many web services is under one.
Well, I mean, when you have them split between AWS, GCP, Azure, VMware, which is owned by Broadcom, which I don't know how to feel about that.
And if one of them go down,
I mean, it depends on the market share. I feel like there's enough of a split. I feel like there's enough of a split between AWS, at least AWS and GCP. And like, you know, hopefully because they're split out between data centers all over the country, that if a data center went down, there's enough redundancy between the others to where a website doesn't go away. It just becomes slower than usual. But yeah, Cloudflare, that's the one you need to be worried about. If you can't resolve DNS, the fuck you got? If you don't know the IP address to Google, you ain't got shit.
It's out there.
I'll just take a day off work if we ever have a major AWS outage. Yeah, that'll probably be us too. I'm going to forward Twitch one of my spam emails about Company X's multi-cloud technology and how it can help your business. Yes, let's put it on. Let's put it on Pivotal Cloud Foundry. It'll be great. I worked for that company. I supported that product. I still have no idea how it works. AWS on too much stuff goes for others too. Everything is a sitting duck. Imagine it all goes down. You know, I hate that we are in the middle of solar flare season, like the solar storm season or whatever, because literally every other fucking article on my phone is about a solar storm is heading our way. Watch out. Like, can we not, please? Because it's always clickbaity headlines. Like, it's going to wipe us out. Like, but then you click it, it's like, but that's only if it hits us and there's like a 0.0000001% chance that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the time you read this article, it's already past us.
Yep.
Like,
you never even.
Why?
Yep. It
was an article I was reading, like, yeah, like somebody spotted a asteroid coming from the sun and we didn't know it was there until it was too late. Click open. The asteroid was discovered in 2019. Why?
You're like, unfollow, block.
The thing is, because the way the algorithm works, and as much as I love the algorithm, because it gives me things that I want to see, when I click on those fucking articles just to see what it's talking about, it then thinks I want to see more of it. And it gets on there quicker than you can get rid of it. I tell Google, I don't want to see these articles. And they give me like 20 more. It's like a fucking Hydra. I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Apple Silicon and I can't wait to install OBS Studio 28 on it. In more software update news, ExpressVPN also runs on native Apple Silicon. But don't use ExpressVPN. Just don't. Mozilla VPN, if you must have a VPN. It's cheaper. I was surprised. Mm-hmm. For those who have a Steam Deck, SteamOS 3.3 is now available with some improvements. Nothing really to write home about except you can, the flat pack version of Firefox is now on the Steam Deck. If that tickles your fancy. Well, I imagine it does for some people because the flat pack version of Linux applications get updated quicker than OS packaged applications. I don't know why I had to learn that, but I did. And if you are the lucky owner of a Pixel 6 Pro or a 6A, there's an update for you, but it is not the August update. It's not. Apparently they are rolling out an update for a GPS fix, but that's it. It's still July, and they are going to roll out the August update in the next couple of weeks. Meanwhile, Samsung, yet again, has beaten Google to updating their fucking phones. I just still don't have it, but it's fine. And my Pixel 6a runs the Android 13 beta, which it's really weird when you take a phone off of the beta. It's like, was there something wrong with the beta? It's like, no, I'm just switching phones. Calm down. I bought a new phone. I want to put it on the new phone. I'm going to sell the old phone. It's okay. It's okay. You can calm down, Google. There's nothing wrong with 13. I just want to switch it out. Cool. In deals news, Game Pass is getting some games. Of course, some of the stuff already out. Ghost Recon Wildlands 2 Point Campus, I think, came out today, right?
No, it's not out today.
Oh, it's not
Next
out
week.
today. Next week. Okay. Oh, so the reviews just came out today.
Yeah, the reviews just came out tonight.
Gotcha. Apparently,
Yeah.
everybody loves it. That's what I've been seeing. I've seen nothing but good things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, Ghost Recon Wildlands is out now. Shenzhen IO for PC is out now. Turbo Golf Racing out now. Day one with Game Pass.
Yep. Ruin is right. If it was out today, I would be playing it today.
And I thought you would be, but it is.
Yeah.
The thing is, I saw you playing Live Alive, and it didn't. Like, I saw this, thought it was out because I didn't see when it was out. I was like, oh yeah, 2 Point Campus must be out today. Saw all of the articles come out.
Mm-hmm.
Hours passed. Then I saw you playing Live Alive. I did not think about that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Cooking Simulator. Damn it! Not another simulator. Don't stop doing this to me.
Well, like I said, Cooking Simulator has been out, but it's like now it's out on Game Pass.
Okay.
Like Power Wash was in early access on Steam, but it was it released in 1.0.
Yeah, I thought I
the
heard.
same time on Game
I
Pass,
heard of Power Wash Simulator before.
Yeah.
Cooking Simulator is coming to Game Pass August 11th. Expeditions Rome, August 11th. Off-World Trading Company, August 11th. There's some DLC coming out. Citizen Sleeper Episode 1 Flux, Sniper Elite 5 Landing Force Mission and Weapon Pack. Sea of Thieves Season 7 is out. You can be the captain of your ship now. Listen to me.
Actually name your ship now.
Listen to me. I am the captain now.
I am the captain now.
I'm the captain now.
They had a really funny tweet about it. It's like 4 years, X amount of months, X amount of days, X amount of weeks. And now you can name your ship and there's a little pirate game. And I'm like, 4 years.
Or just be a captain. It's like, I never really understood that either. It's like, no, I'm just a pirate on a ship. Who's the captain? I don't know. I'm just gonna say I am, but now I can make it official.
It's my ship.
It's my ship.
With a name.
Well,
I'm calling it Bodie McBoatface.
So what happens if you sink it? Do you get that one back? Like, what happened? Like, now that there's like some permanence here.
I don't know. Maybe it is you get it back and a little scuffed, a little worse for wear. Maybe boat insurance. I don't know.
Boat insurance.
Ship insurance.
Capitalism ruining our lives every second of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Fall Guys Coconut Milk costume is available now. Skate 3 upgrade bundle August 11th. Why are they putting shit out for Skate 3? Skate's right around the corner, right? Allegedly. I don't know. When they said that was coming out? They said 2023, right?
Yeah, I think
okay.
I think they're just including like what I think the DLC was maybe free, and then they're just I mean,
Should I play
probably
Skate
charge.
3?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, play it.
An Elder Scrolls Online Nowhere pack. Excuse me, August 16th. Leaving August 15th, Boyfriend Dungeon, Curse of Dead Gods, Library of Rena, Starmancer, and Train Sim World 2. That was the only simulator I did not like. I did not like that train game.
Okay.
Not a big fan of trains. Or at least not driving a train.
Not train sims, but if it was like
I would ride
Sid Meier's Railroad, if it was like Sid Meier's Railroad, I'd be all over it.
If it was an Amtrak, I would I would be interested.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ride in the Amtrak? That's just what I want to do. I just want to physically leave here and go to the Amtrak station and get on the Amtrak.
I want to drive a Shinkansen bullet train.
Oh, I was about to say, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't understand how people are saying driving trains. Do you really drive a train?
Yeah. You make it go fast. You make it go slow.
I guess I need to look up the definition of drive. Because for me, driving is almost like turning left and turning right. And I feel like you don't do that on the train. It goes on its own. It goes where the tracks tell it.
As opposed to pilot.
Well, you said as opposed to pilot? So wait,
Yeah.
so do I pilot a car but drive a train? Or is piloting three-dimensional?
Don't know.
These are, you conduct a train. Oh.
Conduct a train. Oh.
That makes sense. Could I also engineer the train? They're also known as engineers. Anywho,
Yeah.
these are the questions that are going to keep me up tonight. Can I engineer a train? Free play days, Far Cry 6, The Serpent, Rogue, and Rogue. Okay, what's up with fucking rogues? Is there a rogue in Far Cry 6? Am I missing that one? These games will be available Thursday, August 4th at 12:01 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time until Sunday, August 7th at 11:59 Pacific Daylight Time. You can go to your Xbox, download these games, enjoy a full weekend of gaming on behalf of Xbox. Speaking of platform or of things that platforms are doing that I am interested in, I think I am going to subscribe to PlayStation Now just to play PlayStation games on my PC. Somebody mentioned that at work the other day. They said that's what they use it for. They don't have a PlayStation. They just play it on their PC. I'm like, fuck, that actually doesn't sound like a bad idea. I think I might do that. And unfortunately, Tycho tried to help me out because, man, I could only install it on Windows. And he found a open source client that allows remote play on Linux. But that's not what I wanted because I don't have a PlayStation. I can't remote play on something I don't have anymore. On that note, there's no more news. There's no more deals. There's no more updates. Nothing. For 2 weeks. There's no more news. Whatever The Verge, Engadget, Polygon, IGN, GameSpot, 9 to 5 Mac, 9 to 5 Google, Mac Rumors, Android Authority, Droid Life, no matter what any of those sites tell you, there is no news happening for 2 weeks. None.
No, not one.
Not one.
No, not one.
No matter what you see me tweet or post in Discord, it's not real. I'm just making up fake stories just to keep up with engagement, the little engagement I get on social media. that just makes me oh so happy. The one like I get per article. Yeah, I'm hoping PS Now doesn't suck either. That's right, Jerry. Do not believe your eyes. It's not real. Adjust your sets.
Mm-hmm.
But no, next week I will be out. I'm going to Sacramento.
Ooh.
I'm going across the country on some planes, and I am not happy about it. But I've run out of excuses.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go.
That's right. Wear your mask. Take some airborne. Be just fine.
Yeah, I got some. My mom sent me some extra COVID tests, so like I will be testing regularly once I get back. I can't do this COVID shit again, man.
I ain't trying to do California. California's cursed. Too many damn fires for me.
For me, it's not so much the fire. I guess the fires will be one thing, but it's a thing of getting out, leaving the airport, and the first billboard you see is for earthquake insurance. That's what fucked me.
Earthquakes, fires.
It's like, nah, I'm good. I'll deal with a hurricane.
Yeah, I'm good with hurricanes. I'm good with hurricanes.
I'm built for a hurricane. Earthquakes,
Hurricanes,
fires,
floods. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But fires, I'm not down with that. I lived through one fire. I'm not trying to live through another.
Young, if I was going to be available to travel around the city, I would definitely come see it, meet you in person. But I will have no vehicle, and I will be locked into an Airbnb for several days. So, yeah. That's the one thing I am actually looking forward to. It's like airport to Airbnb, Airbnb back to airport. No traveling, no sightseeing. Hopefully. Ruin asks, so any cool tips people recommend for Mac shit? I don't know off the top of my head. That's like asking me the answers to a test. Like after I've done it, I don't know anymore. It's terrible. I should work on that. But while I do, Sam, what you got going on this week?
Game on Saturday, and then not much else until Hollow Knight on Tuesday.
Okay, so it's still relevant.
Finale of Kinetic RPG on Wednesday with Honey and Dice.
It's still relevant. I am in love with this graphic. I really am. And I know you said that's you waving your hands in excitement, but I just want to imagine that Sin in the Dino onesie is just trying to fly. I just want to be a dragon.
It's a dragon costume. That's reasonable.
Sure. Kev, what you got going on this week?
Probably some live on the low, some 2 Point Campus next week. I'm tempted since there are a lot of like simulator games that are coming out on both Game Pass, coupled with the ones I already have on Steam. I'm thinking about maybe doing like a week of simulators, basically like a work week where we do like some lawnmower sim, some power wash, some cooking, some house flipping.
I just want to be that streamer now, more than ever.
Then be that streamer now.
I do, but there are other games I want to play too.
But then do that. Do them and that and whatever else.
Stop enabling me to make all this content. My indecisiveness can't handle this. I want to do this, but I also want to do this.
Then do the things. Do it.
You make it sound so easy.
It really is, mate.
I mean, you're right, but also just have to look. It's the couch. It's the couch. It's a
That's
very
the couch.
it's very comfy, and once I sit in it, I don't want to get out of it.
Mm-hmm. You can set up couch streams. That was contact. But yeah, do the thing. I told Jerry to do the thing. She's doing her thing. She's doing gardening streams. They're magical and they're full of information. Do the things. Do the things.
That's going to require some research and some work, but sure.
You research and work. Go on. Yes, do the things.
I need some cool down time. Things are starting to pick up again, and it's nice because I feel like I'm finally getting back to myself in like pre-pandemic in a way, but at the same time, I missed the time when nobody wanted anything from me because we were all equally scared that we were going to die from a pandemic. Now it's like we're scared that we're going to die from the things we were scared we were going to die from in 2019, and we've gotten used to, unfortunately. But yeah, when we were all afraid of this damn pandemic, nobody wanted me for shit. We would do a lot of stuff. Let's see. Yeah, for me, outside of the trip out next Thursday, I don't know. I think I might actually sit, and now that I've determined to play Final Fantasy 13 on the Xbox, I think I might just sit here and play Final Fantasy 13 like when I'm not working or face deep into Vampire Survivors. I'm gonna try to probably go live sometime this weekend to do the Pixel 6a review or the Pixel 6a talk about the thing, because I don't know if it's a review. I don't know whether to call it a review or not, but yeah. That's what's going on. Let's see here. Easel says what I wanted is what a long-lasting laptop. If others had some good ARM laptops, I'd be balls deep in those instead. I wish there were other options for ARM laptops too. I did try Microsoft's ARM Surface a few years back. The 6 PA. Yeah, like, it's a like ARM computers. Like, I really feel like it's, if you make the silicon, you can probably make a really decent machine. I do not like this. Like, honestly, after using iPhones and like using the iPhone, iPad, and MacBook and all the M1 Macs and shit, and then using the Google Pixel 6a, I am of the opinion that Snapdragon as a SoC, as a ARM-based SoC, sucks ass. It just sucks ass. We'll see how the Pixel 6a performs against the S22 Plus as the years go on. But it really, like, to me, it just seems like the Snapdragon just is not the thing you want it to be when you want that power, performance, and longevity. So yeah, like, Apple making their own silicon was a good choice for them. The fact that Google is making their own now is a good choice for them. Like, Snapdragon ain't what it's all cracked up to be. Yeah. So it's going to be a minute before you see, like, ARM-based Windows machines that work properly. Like, Microsoft would have to come out and create their own silicon for that. But they're too busy in bed with AMD. They've moved over to x86. Like, I would not be surprised if Microsoft did have if they did try to do some ARM stuff again. But yeah, Yes, Tycho, we know you want the open source version of this. Maybe Intel could use RISC-V to fix their Arc GPUs. I've been thinking about you a lot, Tycho. Every time I see an Intel GPU article come out, and it's just like, this is a mess. This is a whole mess. I know you've been looking forward to it, but it's just, I think about you every time. When Kev shared that video of Gamers Nexus and the Arc GPU, I was like, oh.
Yeah, them bad drivers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh. I don't stay up on it. Like, again, it's the thing of like, when somebody's doing good, you don't hear anything. It's when they do bad, you hear everything.
Everything.
So it's like, it's not like I'm keeping up with it. Like, honestly, you were my source of information for Intel Arc until Arc CPUs got out there.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, this is it. Oh, this ain't good.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, ooh.
Is it competition? Oh, not really. Okay.
Yeah.
I might have a chance to see Intel Arc in action though later this year, so I'm excited. If
Nice.
if the leaks are true and they like, if Intel takes their stuff on tour, it's supposed to be at one of the lands I'm going to in September in Colorado. So
Right.
Heads up. There also may not be there may be a lack of a show in September too. Maybe. I don't know. Depends depends on when I leave, but because if I can record on a Thursday, be on an airplane Friday and have everything edited and uploaded by the time I land.
Right. So be aware, but good chance it might be a show.
Yeah. We'll know. We'll let you know. With all that said, thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for August. I was about to say September and then October.
What?
But August 4th, 2022. Of course, if you would like to catch up on previous episodes, youtube.com/Major Linux is the place to go. There is a special Tech Talk Thursdays playlist. And of course, majors.house/TTT. Of course, if you're watching the audio version or watching the YouTube version, you can join us live each and every Thursday night, except for next Thursday, 8:00 p.m. Eastern here at twitch.tv/Major Linux. With all that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Of course, you all could have been anywhere in the world watching you could have been watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading the tech, gaming, streaming, deals in hardware and software update nugs yourself, but you said no. You just said no. We will not do that here. We will block any of this because this is what we want. We want more Tech Talk Thursdays. And for that, I appreciate that. I respect it. I respect how you feel about that. And yes, in 2 weeks, we will give you more. But until then, all I've got left to say to you wonderful people is I love you and peace.
Wakanda forever.
Forgot what the button was.